Okay. Well, apparently, there is a strong possibility that Shadur Sanders will drop out of the first round altogether. Now, up until today, nobody had predicted this. I mean, the draft is this Thursday. It's literally this Thursday. 3 days away, including today, 4 days a day, however you want to count it. A lot of people, like only 2 months ago, everybody was predicting that Shadur Sanders would at least be drafted in the top three teams. Now, this latest mock draft, apparently it has him dropping off out of the first round completely, which is, I said that I don't think he's going to be in the top three. I've had my reservations about him, about his talents translating to the NFL. That there's too much of a chance of him being a bust if he's not put with the right coach, if he doesn't have the right mentality. I mean, his dad got him going. Now, unless something is going to be orchestrated where they both end up in Dallas, or could that be a thing? Because I think his father will get the best out of him as a coach. Now, the question would be, how good would Dion be as an NFL head coach? That would remain to be seen. But now they're projecting him to not be drafted in the first round at all. Let's read some of this article. NFL Insider 2025 mock draft. Shadur Sanders falls out of first round. Only one QB taken on day one. Wow. See, a lot of scouts been doing their due diligence behind the scenes. So you never know what has come up. Opinions change. These teams got 3 days to make a decision. So let's read this. Let's read this right quick. We're just a few days away from the most unpredictable draft I can remember since the 2020 year, when no one knew what the hell was going on. Despite that unpredictability, I developed some irrational confidence about how the top 2, top 3, top 5 picks would go as the weeks rolled along. They mostly align with the consensus, which is usually not a great thing when it comes to the draft. But in a draft that seemingly lacks gold jacket guys and will need a decade plus to determine how accurate that sentiment is, the answers may be plainly in front of you. It has been repeated throughout this pre-draft process that this is a great year to trade back. The problem with that is someone has to want to trade up, and then both teams have to agree on the compensation. If the entire market wants to trade down, you can assume the price will be lower than it typically is. Would GMs be willing to take a value less than what their chart dictates? Will they understand this draft? Like all other drafts, is an entirety all to itself. That's something I'm keeping in mind in the upcoming week, especially where it concerns new GMs. The Jaguars, Raiders, and Jets are picking number 5 through 7, and all have new men in charge. It's possible, if not likely, one of them will be the first team to trade back, and the rest of a reactive league will be able to copy off their paper when it comes to the value of a trade back. Will a new GM, someone who has dreamed for decades of finally being in this chair, be willing to potentially take less compensation than in previous years to execute a trade back in the top 10? Here's my one and only mock for the 2025 NFL Draft. Okay, let's see what they got. Round 1, Cam Ward. That's chalk right there. Everybody, the majority of mocks and rumors around the league is they got Cam Ward being drafted number 1 to the Titans. So that's nothing new right there. Let's see what else they got. Travis Hunter, number 2 to the Cleveland Browns. A lot of people got that too, so that's not surprising. Abdul Carter, edge rusher, New York Giants. Okay. Will Campbell, offensive tackle, New England Patriots, pick number 4. So far, most of these are pretty much what people have been saying the last 2 months. Other than you can argue that, Shadur Sanders was thought to might have been drafted number 3 to the Giants because they have no quarterback. I don't care what anybody says. They don't have a quarterback right now. And if they pass on Shadur Sanders, not even taking a chance, giving yourself a chance, if it turns out that he turns out to be a bust or whatever, that's besides the point. At least you gave yourself a chance to find out. If he turns out to be a Pro Bowler and you had the chance to pick him, Abdul Carter, he's a beast. Everybody needs an impact edge rusher, but the quarterback position is the most important position on a football team. Point blank, period. So, let's see. Jaguars, Mason Graham, defensive lineman. Okay, well, that's not surprising. Las Vegas Raiders, Ashton Genty. I kind of figured that. I kind of figured the Raiders would draft Genty, even though I still say they still don't have a quarterback. That's just my opinion. They need a quarterback, but okay. Ahmad Mimbu, offensive tackle, Jets, pick number 7. So that's okay. That's really not surprising. A lot of these are not surprising. Jalen Walker, edge rusher to the Carolina Panthers, pick number 8. For the New Orleans Saints, offensive tackle, Kelvin Banks Jr. Chicago Bears, Tyler Warren, tight end. I wouldn't be too mad at that. An impact tight end. Round number 1, pick number 11. San Francisco 49ers go with defensive lineman, Walter Nolan. All right. Pick number 12. Dallas Cowboys ride with a wide receiver, Matthew Golden. Okay. Pick number 13. Josh Simmons, offensive tackle, Miami Dolphins. It's a lot of offensive linemen going, and I'm kind of. Tyler Warren, he's a pretty good blocker, route runner. He seems to be a jack of all trade for Penn State. But part of me is still like, oh man, I still hope Pose drafts some more offensive linemen. I'm just saying, you could never have too many. The Indianapolis Colts picking at number 14, Colston Loveland, tight end. Okay. And we got number 15, James Pierce Jr., edge for the Atlanta Falcons. Round 1, pick 16. I can never pronounce this brother's name. Terrior McMillan, wide receiver. Okay, number 16. All right. Tyler Booker, linebacker, pick 17. The Bengals I often wonder why do the Cincinnati Bengals hate offensive linemen? Or they hate Joe Burrow because it seems like they do the bare minimum to protect him. He needs an offensive line to help him so he don't get his head snatched off his shoulders. But the Bengals are bingling right now. Oh, we're going to get a linebacker. Okay. Pick number 18, Arizona Cardinals go with Mikael Williams, edge rusher. Okay. Pick 19, Will Johnson, cornerback, Tampa Bay Bucks. Okay. All right. Pick 20, or Marion Hampton, running back. So a running back, Genty goes, and then no other running back goes until pick 20. Bears should have traded back. Pick 21, Kenneth Grant, defensive lineman, Pittsburgh Steelers. The crazy thing is Shadur Sanders we're at pick 20. He definitely going to throw a hissy fit on draft night. Then the Bears pick again. So the Bears don't trade back. They pick again at 24. No Shadur Sanders. They go with a safety. Nick Emanwari. So it's a mock trade from Minnesota. So the Bears must have jumped back up from 39. Let me see, because I know the Bears got a 39. So let me see some right quick. Yeah, no Shadur Sanders in the first round at all. And I'm not saying none of these picks make sense for the teams, you know what I'm saying, based on their needs and stuff like that. But I am surprised that no team, like, this is a mock draft. AKA, based on information and things that's been heard, and you mix in a little bit of opinion based on those things. And it's kind of hard to believe that Shadur Sanders is going to drop all the way out of the first round. That dude might end up going back to college. He might end up withdrawing. I mean, I don't know how that works. It might be too late, but I'm sure there's some loopholes to, you know. But yeah, so the Bears trade back up into the first round for a safety. So that's a very interesting. If that happens, that means they have a lot of question marks surrounding Jaquan Brisker. There's a lot of question marks there. So I'm going to leave a link to this in the description box down below. You guys let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about the possibility of Shadur Sanders completely falling out of the first round. If you like my content, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Share this video all over the place. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. I'm going to leave a link to this article. You guys can check it out. That being said, this is Shy Out of Town Sports.